Have you ever felt a connection so deep it seemed to speak without making a sound? It's not about the action itself. It's about the silent language being spoken beneath it. Real intimacy isn't just a physical event. It's a profound psychological exchange. And most men are completely unaware of its true meaning. They focus on the surface. For a woman, it's about security, trust, release, and a flow of energy. It is a precise moment where openness meets strength, creating an undeniable magnetic pull. Today, we reveal 5 grounded psychological truths about what profound intimacy truly represents to a woman. Not the fairy tale version, but the genuine, unspoken reality. Welcome to Winds of Thought. To our loyal followers, you give this community its strength. We wish you and your family's safety, resilience, and connection on your journey. If you're new, please like, share, and subscribe. Here, we don't seek approval from others. We seek to understand human nature. We explore psychology, philosophy, and connection, the real lessons you won't find in any classroom. Let's start. Truth 1. It's a measure of emotional security. When a woman shares that level of closeness with you, it's more than consent. It's psychological unveiling. That moment is her asking, "Can I be truly open with this man?" You may believe it's simple. She does not. Even if her words say otherwise, her instinct never lies. Because intimacy without emotional security feels like a deep fracture to her spirit. The act itself isn't the point. It's about what it represents. If she detects emotional turbulence in you, anger, doubt, pride, she will never fully let go, because her core instinct is to guard herself from the unpredictability of a man who cannot master his own feelings. And when she does trust you enough to let go in that moment, it isn't mere attraction. It's respect, a quiet recognition of your consistency, your restraint, your calm. In that space, she isn't following your lead. She is valuing your inner command. This is what most men miss. True strength and intimacy isn't seized. It is offered through safety. But security alone doesn't ignite passion. If emotional trust is the base, then what constructs the magnetism above it? This leads us to the next point, a fundamental driver of female psychology. Truth 2. It's her gauge of your inner strength. Let's speak plainly. Attraction isn't negotiation. It's primal. Women don't just experience desire. They assess it. In her mind, intimacy is never just an event. It is an unconscious evaluation of your calm authority, your poise, and your focus under intensity. It's not about directing her. It's about commanding yourself. Because when a man remains utterly centered, secure, and assured, even at the peak of intensity, she senses something rare. Certainty is the ultimate currency of attraction. The feminine spirit longs to feel protected in chaos. But she also needs to feel that chaos. And when your masculine essence blends intensity with tranquility, that is when she releases control not from duty, but from nature. She isn't admiring your form. She is answering the aura of your self-possession. Your steadiness turns her turmoil into calm. This is why women are pulled toward emotionally grounded men. Deep down, she isn't looking for flattery. She's looking for substance. Watch this next. The magnetic force of quiet confidence. It reveals why your serene focus draws people, particularly women, more powerfully than any line ever could. But this goes further. Because it's not merely about strength or authority. In fact, the next truth changes everything. Sometimes the most potent man is the one who grasps that real intimacy isn't about leading. It's about mutual release. Every woman, whether she knows it or not, becomes a psychologist with a man. She interprets your voice, your silences, your rhythm, your uncertainty, and in the most private moments, she interprets your character. You believe she's reacting to your touch. She's actually responding to your vibe, because what you offer her in that instant isn't just contact. It's honesty, your genuineness, your mastery, your purpose. Women possess an innate radar for emotional contradiction. If your speech says, "I value you," but your energy shouts, "I'm pretending," she will know immediately. This is why inner mastery outweighs superficial charm. When you are completely in the moment, not desperate, not putting on a show, she feels secure enough to let go. Not because she is fragile, but because your calm grants her the freedom to feel. To her, that act is soul-level exposure. It's her saying, "Reveal your true self to me," when no one else is watching. And when she perceives that poise, that unbreakable focus, that's when admiration transforms into bond. Because to a woman, a man who can master himself is the most valuable find imaginable. But being present isn't the whole story. You can have the peace of a sage. Yet if she doesn't sense the heat of your intent, you're just another polite guy with willpower. The feminine doesn't only want serenity. She wants fervor wrapped in serenity. And that is where the next truth strikes. The attraction paradox. Truth 4. It's her longing for mastered intensity. Here's what escapes most men. A woman isn't drawn to disorder, but she is captivated by harnessed wildness. It's why she feels that thrilling pull toward a man who's composed, yet carries its spark, the quiet potency, the unspoken fire under control. That energy states, I could let go, but I decide not to. And that conscious decision is what captivates her. Because the masculine that can dominate, but elects discipline, embodies both force and honor, the dual nature that hold her interest, mind, and body. The ancients called it tempered power. Modern thought calls it energetic contrast. She's pulled not by her actions, but by the vibe of how firmly you govern what you could do. That's why she's intrigued when your gaze holds a moment too long. When you make contact, but don't hurry the experience. When your quiet is sustained, sure, patient, purposeful. You aren't playing games. You are communicating through mastery. You are showing her you are a safe harbor, but never mistake what kind of man stands before you. Check this out next. The most effective way to create lasting attraction. The real psychology of presence. It ties directly into what you're discovering here. How command, quiet, and subtle potency forge unshakable connection. So far, we've revealed the layers of security, strength, presence, and polarity. But a final truth remains, the deepest layer most men never grasp about why intimacy leaves a permanent mark. Because beyond the test's intention, something timeless is happening underneath. A transfer of life force. That's where we go now. The last truth, and the most impactful one. Before we go further, don't skip this. Women value the man who isn't desperate. The psychology of genuine confidence. It teaches you the same core principle from a different view. How emotional sovereignty builds intrigue, esteem, and want. Truth 5. It's an exchange of essence, not a deal. Here's the core layer most men never reach. Intimacy isn't a prize. It's a transmission. In that moment, two beings are aligning safety, trust, and awareness. She is an analyzing method. She is sensing the essence you carry into that space. If you're unsure, that vibe spreads like fog. If you're calm, she finds ease. If you're strong yet considerate, she feels both spark and sanctuary. That's the paradox of magnetic contrast. The masculine provides direction. The feminine provides richness. When you merge both, the experience transcends sensation. It becomes recognition. She isn't just answering your physique. She's answering the frequency of your existence. And that's why self-mastery is non-negotiable. You cannot counterfeit essence. If your mind is scattered, she'll sense it. If your goal is self-serving, she'll withdraw. But if your awareness is clear, rooted, calm, and deliberate, she softens. For the feminine, intimacy is not about what she receives, but what awakens within her. And that awakening only occurs when a man with her is fully rooted in himself. That is the real key. When she offers you that depth of closeness, she isn't yielding to your form. She is yielding to your self-discipline. And that is why the uncentered man often loses her afterward. But the anchored man, she can't get him out of her mind. Because he left a permanent mark, not a temporary one. So, what does this mean for you? It means connection isn't created in private. It's created in your essence long before. It's not about what you do with her. It's about the work you've done on yourself. Govern your emotions. Sharpen your intention. And your presence will communicate more than any trick ever could. Let's get those likes up to share this message, because these ideas need to reach every man on this path. You're part of the Winds of Thought community. Men who move with assurance, patience, and intent. We don't chase validation. We master our essence until life aligns with it. May you and your loved one stay safe, strong, and surrounded by love wherever life takes you. 5 grounded truths about intimacy and the feminine psyche. 1. Her tests are not criticisms, they're invitations. 2. Emotional solidity is the real allure. 3. She reads your character through your calm. 4. Master intensity creates magnetic contrast. 5. Real intimacy is essence exchange, not an act. So, brother, stop questioning what women want and start becoming what they feel secure around. Because once you're in the inner struggle, every outer challenge becomes simple. Hit like to support this message in the algorithm. Leave a comment sharing which truth resonated most, and subscribe to stay connected with men who live by principle, not impulse. Watch next. The most powerful thing a man can offer a woman: presence and authentic strength. Because once you comprehend how true power operates, every relationship begins from a place of confidence. Click the next video, because once you learn how energy communicates more clearly than speech, you'll never need to pursue again.